Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. It's been a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hopefully, all of you had an amazing Christmas weekend. From my family to yours. If you didn't see the other one, Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas. Reason for the season, definitely wanting to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Very, very good time. Tea today. Right now, I do have coffee here as well, but I am fighting a migraine this morning. So hopefully I can get that under control. That's why the glasses and everything. So sometimes my eyes cause problems for me. So if I seem a little low energy, or if something doesn't quite make sense, or I lose my train of thought, something like that. So I do apologize, giving you guys a heads up now for that one. So let's go ahead and get started here. First things first, do me a favor, please like, subscribe, and share. Especially subscribe to the channel. Help me grow it out. As I will go into some fun information here in just a minute as to why that is becoming more of an important thing to get the channel and the Patreon grown out. Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a minute here. So, Open-minded Bitcoin, you are awesome, sir. Very much so. Good morning to you as well. And we did have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you very much. And lots still to come. Some fun traveling up and coming here in the not too far future. Let me move TikTok over here, if it'll actually work there. So anyways, good morning, Steven. How are you doing, my friend? Good morning. And Open-minded Bitcoin, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I get them every once in a while. So when I was younger, I compressed my spine. Really messed up my lower back, and it was tight this morning. And then every time that happens, without fail, my shoulders, my neck, and everything just tightens up. So anyways, it messes with my eyes and stuff like that. So it's not fun. Usually if I get ahead of it, like I think I did this morning, and different types of teas and things like that, it makes a big difference. So, but for sure, good morning, Eva. Good morning. Thanks for popping in. And Kim, good morning. Thanks for being here. I love it. You guys are awesome for popping in and being part of the show today. So, like I said, good morning, Dwight. Thanks for being here. I just appreciate it on the prayers. Thank you. Part of the reason I really want to grow the Patreon, really want to grow the YouTube here is, I may have to make some very difficult decisions here in the not too far future with where I work. There is a lot of frustrating stuff coming down the pipe where they're trying to figure out what my cookie status is. We'll call it that for the sake of being out here in the public. And it's none of their business. And I will not comply with that. I'm not going to tell them what my statuses are. It's none of their business. And nor will I submit to the requirements for not having eaten those cookies, or vice versa. So that's going to cause a lot of discomfort, possibly. I don't know what's going to happen with it right now. We're going to have to figure out what to do with that in the not too far future. So, and I really mean like first of the year. I have to... Basically, I'm going to tell them if they're going to require me to sign anything, it's not going to be digitally. It's going to be on a piece of paper with my signature, and I'm going to write under it UCC 1-308. You guys go look that up. UCC 1-308. It's a very, very, very powerful little section of code in the law that states that you reserve your rights under the Constitution, all of your rights under the Constitution, that you will not comply underneath admiralty law, which means no courtroom can technically touch you and stuff like that. So, as always, this is for educational purposes only. This is for not financial advice, not tax advice, not legal advice. I like studying things, and I want to talk to you all about it. So that's why I'm doing these things. So with that, prayers would be appreciated, and need wisdom on that one. And then help me grow the channel. Get your friends and families to subscribe to the channel. The more I have in here subscribed, the more watched hours, all that kind of stupid stuff that YouTube and other platforms have requirements on. Would be very appreciated if y'all did. So yeah, scrolling across the bottom of the screen is Patreon. That's $5 a month, and that's where I get to do an unfiltered time, which one of the topics I will show you that I'm going to try and talk about this afternoon at 4:30. I do those at 4:30 every day. So for those of you on TikTok, I do have a YouTube running right now, and I have an entire setup running there. TikTok won't let me live stream on my computer yet, so I can't show everything there that I want to. But I digress. So yeah, pop on over to the YouTube if you want to, from those of you who are watching on TikTok. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be a fun decision that's going to have to come up in the not too far future. Working on a bunch of different things. We'll be fine as far as that's concerned, but it would be amazing to be able to reach people with that type of information in the not too far future. So anyways, yeah, Patreon this afternoon. Sorry for the migraine thing here, the squirrely. This afternoon, I'll be talking about a subject. Actually, I'll go ahead and pop it over here so you guys can see what that'll be. I'm going to talk about that this afternoon. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I'm going to talk about that this afternoon. So that's kind of stuff that I will talk about typically on the Patreon. I can't talk about that out here. Otherwise, I will get in lots and lots of trouble. So with that, yeah, things like that are more fun on Patreon because I can talk about it and not be concerned necessarily about what I say. So share this out. Get people to subscribe. Much appreciated. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to talk about today, which is going to be push the right button. PAPAJO. All right, there we go. Ethereum competitor Polygon. It's interesting now. I told you guys a couple of days ago that they were going to be called a competitor to Ethereum. Polygon / Matic. Matic is the ticker. MATIC is the ticker for the coin. For those of you who do not know, it hit a high of $2.92 yesterday. This is one that I found before it was sub a penny. These are the types of projects that I like to look for. And the reason I like to look for them is because they're solving real-world problems. They're actually applying real-world technology to a real-world problem that needs an actual solution. And that's why I like what they're doing. So some of the reason I think, and looking here, that I found a couple different things here that I think the reason partial why it rose so much. That stuff really helps for the headache. Sorry. And that is because they are going to be integrating with the browser, which we'll cover here in just a second. What this is going to do is that it's going to allow onboarding millions of users because they have a ton of applications, so distributed applications on Polygon, and they have a major NFT platform. They integrate with OpenSea and I think a couple others as well because it's very simple, quick push. I think Nifty is another one that they integrate with. That Nifty is cool. That talk about taking a photo of something with your phone and then it automatically 3D renders it for you, and then you can publish it on whatever platform you want to. It's really, really neat, actually. So check them out. I actually know some of the people who built that. I got to meet them in Miami a couple weeks ago. So that was actually a lot of fun. So anyways, they are going to actually give a run for the money. And I wanted to bring this up because they're actually calling it a competitor, even though they were initially there to help Ethereum scale. So Ethereum's Layer 2 solution Polygon is teamed up with a prominent software company to bring Web3 functions to its web browser. And I don't think it does talk about it here. In a new blog post, Polygon details how it will work together with Opera software. If you know who the Opera browser is, they have a built-in VPN. They have lots of really privacy-focused stuff. Very, very cool that they're partnering with Polygon to make sure that they can actually bring the decentralized applications, or dApps, wrong one, over to the Opera browser. Polygon is coming to the Opera browser as a partnership that will potentially onboard millions of users into Polygon's ecosystem of decentralized applications. Opera will integrate with Polygon blockchain and their Web3 ready browser. You guys know that Polygon actually built that? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Opera is built ready for it. And it's built-in crypto wallet on Android, in its first quarter of 2022. The integration will enable Opera's users in-browser access to over 3,000 distributed applications on Polygon's network. Did you guys know that you have applications running on the Polygon network? This is why I keep telling everyone. Blockchain technology is a computer that is quite literally everywhere and yet nowhere. It's thousands and millions of different individual computers acting and operating as one massive computer altogether. People don't realize that that's what it is, but blockchain technology is that. It's a simple system that is everywhere and yet nowhere. The reason I say the yet nowhere is you can take one of those nodes, you can chuck it in the water, in the ocean, stand up another one, it'll sync up and pick up where the other one left off and keep right on going. It's unstoppable technology. It's unstoppable. Well, here's something I was going to show you guys. If I can spell it right. Posh Network. They actually are building a blockchain-based, unstoppable cloud. So think about it for a second. Censor-resistant, permissionless, and self-sovereign, Akash Network is the world's first open-source cloud. It is a blockchain cloud platform. You can quite literally simply deploy it by downloading an application and running it on your system. It's quite literally that simple. They have a desktop application, they have a web application, they have actual command line interface, all that kind of stuff. It is really, 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 really cool. The reason I bring that up is because Polygon, if I'm not mistaken, actually they did announce that. Let's see if it's still there. Let's go to the bottom of the screen here. Where was it? No, that's not it. Yep, there it is, right there. Look at that. Polygon and Akash and Polygon offer decentralized infrastructure to DDApp developers. So Polygon will be working with Akash to allow those distributed applications to run on a decentralized platform, a decentralized and distributed cloud platform. Pay attention, folks. So what's really, really cool about Akash and about Polygon? Polygon you can build residual income with. Did you know you could do the same thing with Akash? Yeah. You install that application on your computer, your servers, whatever you have, and guess what? You get paid to let them use your compute when you're not using it. So think about that for a second. You have a computer that can become part of a cloud ecosystem, just like Google Cloud, just like Amazon Web Services, AWS. Those of you who are in the technology fields, you know what those are. Just like Microsoft Azure, that's another cloud server platform. This is a cloud server platform made up of millions of tiny computers or big computers or mixture of both. And it's deployed across everywhere in the world. And you have one massive computer doing anything you want it to do. Very cool, huh? And the other thing about DDApps or distributed applications is that those apps can run on this type of infrastructure and it doesn't have to be installed anywhere. You can access it, say, with your browser. Think about the metaverse. Think about what else would it? Anything like you could have any like your word processing stuff or your emailing stuff or whatever applications you would use. The streaming software I'm using right now, that kind of stuff can be used in a decentralized application and a decentralized platform. Very, very cool technology. But the really cool thing is about Polygon is it's basically acting like the internet for blockchains. That's what they do. Very cool stuff. Web3 enabled browser like Opera to this is just another sorry. Let's see if they make any different points here. There was some reason I brought this up. I don't remember. With this integration, Opera, hundreds of millions of monthly active users will be able to experience Polygon's thriving decentralized application ecosystem, or DApp application. Or remember the migraine. Sorry. Polygon's thriving DApp applications or ecosystem, excuse me, and best in class Web3 technology. He's the VP of growth at Polygon said that. Very cool stuff, guys. Gals, this is really cool stuff. Very big things happening. So pop over here real quick. Polygon has come down a little bit off of its high of 293, 292, I think it was. See what it was. If it'll get me. No, I got it too far out to see. 291. I have a different. This is, I don't know where this is pulling from. I saw 292 on one of my other things. Where was it? Let's see. Nope, that's too far out as well. See, 24 hours. Where'd you get to? Yeah, 292. So yeah, different information from different places. So very, 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 very cool stuff that it's really running this much. For those of you who have been following me for a while, I have mentioned this to close friends and family and to my followers here earlier on. I think last when I started mentioning it, it was like 50 cents or something like that, or I don't remember when it was, but it's obviously paid dividends to anyone who paid attention to it like I had. I found this project before it became anything. I knew some of the people behind Polygon, not personally, but have seen some of the other stuff they've worked on and are done. And I really knew that was going to be something that they were going to take off with. Also, they were one of the first VC funded platforms that I had found. Not that that's necessarily a good or bad thing, as you hear people like Dorky say out there that having a VC funding for stuff is not good. I don't necessarily disagree from the centralization of control, but I do disagree from the standpoint of having all of these rug pulling type of platforms out there where they go and say, we're going to build all this stuff, and then they yank the rug out from underneath you and leave you high and dry holding the bag. Now, most of the time, if you have a platform that gets some sort of funding from somewhere, it's going to end up have different stipulations and requirements that they meet different milestones at specific time points. So that made me sit there and go, okay, so they're going to actually have to build something. And they're going to have to build what they said they're going to build. And back then, listen to me, this was like 2 years ago. It wasn't even that far back. Yeah, I think it was built in 20... Where was it set up? So 2 years ago in 2019. Oh yeah, by the way, as of right now, it's up from its inception 89,000%. The ROI on it's 107,000%. Folks, you can't do this with any other market type. You can't do that. I'm not saying that Polygon's this, but cryptocurrency in general, blockchain technology in general, are businesses and platforms legitimately building major things for the world, and people are like, I've had people laugh at me going, you're crazy. I've had people who look at Bitcoin and say, this is the best thing ever. This is fantastic. From an investment standpoint, they're not wrong. But when they say they don't want to touch anything else because they call it what's so affectionately been named a shitcoin, is that they are forgetting to look at the technological abilities of the software. It's like this is .com again. This is the next invention of the internet. This is the next layer. This is whatever you want to call it. And they're laughing at it like they did back then. Those who paid attention to it were people like Bezos, Gates, IBM, whoever else you want to, the dorky, the people who are the oligarchies nowadays in the technology realm. And they were the ones who were able to make real generational wealth for them and their families. And to our detriment, they have also screwed everyone over because of who they're connected with. Migraine is starting to finally lift. Sorry. Thank you all for praying. It is working. Oh, have you ever had a migraine that the moment you start to feel that release, it's just oh. Anyways, in the past year, it looks the percentage increase for Polygon has been more than 14,000%. Oh, I was talking about something else. I'm sorry. Again, forgive the migraine, please. Sorry. they're overlooking the technological advancements that blockchain technology brings to the world. And with that, unfortunately, we are starting to see they're going to continue doing what they're doing, but everyone else is looking at these coins and they're making significant more increasing percentage wise than they ever will. And all you need is someone like MicroSailor or someone like that to turn around and realize the value associated to a project that gives the world a decentralized ecosystem like Polygon and Akash, and realize that it's really a decentralized cloud platform, computing platform. Y'all can't see that, can you? My apologies. I always forget to bump that up on the screen so you can see it. I think that when the people like that start to realize this, they're going to come in behind the curve with it. They're not paying attention to it, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better for us anyways. We get more of it and without the prices running up and crazy. But pay attention, folks. I've been saying it. Pay attention. Just because it drops low doesn't mean it's going to just completely disintegrate. It's good that it takes breaths. It's good that it relaxes. It's good that it comes back. Just pay attention to Polygon and who they're connected to, who they're partnering with, what they're doing in the world, if you will. It is not going away. Let's see if they do this. Yeah. So all-time low was 2019, and that is up. They're saying 93% since then. ROI, this is a little bit different than the other one. They all have different ROI calculators, so I like to kind of look at them both and pick somewhere in the middle. That's just how I do it. Everyone's different, though. So yeah, pay attention to them. So a little bit of a shift here. Experts believe, as do I, that Bitcoin's price could explode, hitting 200,000 in 2022. 100,000, 200,000. At that point, the market cap is going to be massively huge, and people are going to be really, really happy that they obtained Bitcoin and held onto it for so long. Thomas Lee, a crypto analyst, has doubled his prediction for Bitcoin price from 100,000 to 200,000 in 2022. Analysts have evaluated Bitcoin's price trend and supported Lee's predictions, plotting a similar path for Bitcoin. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting notifications everywhere all of a sudden for something. It's like something broke. Y'all in the chat, can y'all still hear me? Did it go down? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Someone thumbs up that you can still see and hear what I'm talking about here. Anybody? Maybe, sort of, kind of. In the chat. Anyone? The live chat? Maybe, sort of. Let's see. I don't know. All good? Okay, thank you, Open-Minded Bitcoin. Thank you. Where was I going? Sweet, dude. Thanks, Jonathan. And Larry, thank you. BR Music, thank you. All right, cool. So, where was I at? So, Bitcoin right now is sitting at, let's go over here. Let's go back here. And let's pop this up. It's sitting at with 51.9, so it could hit $52,000. So, I don't think they're wrong on the 100,000. I mean, we still have. It would shock me, but it would also not be surprising if it hit 100,000 by the end of this year. It would be very surprising. At the same time, I would go, yeah, that's Bitcoin for you. But it probably won't. But I think that the guys who are looking at this, guys and gals who are looking at this from an analytical perspective, are looking at the market cap increasing significantly. And those of you who pay attention to Cliff High, if you haven't watched his most recent video, you probably should go watch that. He's talking about a lot of different things, one of them being the financial system taking a complete dive or complete destruction, and it's starting in Turkey. I've covered that a little bit over the past couple of weeks. Turkey's lira is completely collapsing. And this today or sometime this week, there's some sort of bill that their president's putting to Congress or their Congress or whatever it is, to basically make cryptocurrency 100% legal, just like El Salvador did, and make it legal tender, because most of the country has taken money out of their system and put it into crypto, because specifically Bitcoin, because the value that of their lira, whatever it's called, is completely collapsed to almost zero. They're not going into dollars or other foreign currencies. They're going mainly into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So just be paying attention to that, please. Please be paying attention to that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. It's a little bit shorter than I typically do on a daily basis, but just be mindful this afternoon at 4:30. I will be doing a Patreon show so long as they get the migraine to actually subside, because it sometimes can get worse. So I'll keep you guys updated if it does not get any better. And with that, what I'll do is I'll cover what I showed you guys earlier about the international travel and the domestic travel, the fun times that we may be having ahead of us here in the not too far future. So anyways, yes, like, subscribe, share, join the Patreon, help me grow the channels. Would appreciate it greatly, very much so. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.